Hi, you guys. How are my Valentines the day after? I hope you had a good Friday. Um, it's been a busy, busy day. The news, I watched it for a little bit and I'm like, what is going on? Lots of news happened today. I'm going to get you ready. That was just to get you ready for what's happening next week. Now, a couple weeks ago, we had some, like 2 consecutive weeks, we just had some really, really chaotic, crazy, insane news that's been happening. This time with this quarter moon, it's a little bit of a different flavor. And flavor meaning, I find it a bit delicious. um, was looking at this quarter moon chart, and actually last night I was planning to do your Good Morning Valentine. Was actually just going to be a quick rundown on this quarter moon chart, and then the more that I started looking at it and gasping and no way, and taking notes, you can see I've got like 10 charts over here. I was very pleasantly surprised with what I was saying and thought, you know what, it's going to be easier to do a last minute Valentine horoscope for you guys than to just run through this, because this is kind of amazing what's happening. So I want to tell you that there's good news. My disclaimer is that I feel like when people expect good news about Donald Trump, that means he's removed. No, we just have to remove that assumption. I've been operating under the assumption, with exception that one Friday when we all were getting the same readings with House of Lennerman and Becca, and is Donald leaving. That is the only exception, because I have been staying away from this. But I have just told myself, I'm just assuming he's here until November. And it just takes a lot of the pressure off and makes it a lot easier to get through stuff, because you're not always asking, when is he leaving? Well, I don't know. I just assume he's going to be here until next November, right? Okay, so let's just remove that part of good news about Donald. The good news, you guys know how I get excited about eclipses. You know how I get excited about Pelosi having an astrologer? That's good news. This feels like that kind of good news for us regarding Donald. Okay? Does that give you some perspective? And the things that have a potential to happen in this following week to 2 weeks, kind of shocking news, but like in our favor, like kind of remember similar energies behind, when Lev and Igor were arrested. At the time, we're like, had no idea who they were. When Speaker Pelosi announced impeachment inquiry, like right at the first day of fall. When, remember all the stuff with Syria, withdrawing from Syria, and then just how bad that was for Donald with that news, how it just turned on him and the Republican Party. And then and news like when, I don't know if it was I remember Sondland testified, but also Taylor testified, and they said everybody was in it. That kind of stuff. That's big news. So this big news, I'm going to tell you, we have a quarter moon tomorrow, Saturday, in Washington, D.C. at 5:18 p.m. And the sun is going to be 26 degrees, 41 minutes in this area that has to do with we the people. Donald hates it when we get leverage over the sun. Oops. He also hates quarter moons. And this is actually a third quarter moon. The third quarter and the first quarter moons, those are crisis points because things change. And I just can't even remember what our crisis point was 2 weeks ago. I mean, was that Iowa, or was that the week that, I can't even remember. But it was insane 2 weeks ago when we had the Taurus Aquarius first quarter moon. So this time we have leverage with the moon last time we didn't. Remember I said Donald, when he gets these aspects, he gets full of himself and then he overreaches, which he did. And so the sun will be in the 7th house. It's very close to the descendant where the sun sets. And the closer planets get here for us, the stronger we hang on to them and have power. You know, they're not as prone to be influenced, you know, like later in the week. Bearing down here, 4th house, home. You know, it's a mother-child relationship. This is your clan. This is your people. This is your home. These are your defenses. This is how you defend home, how you secure yourself, and how you nurture yourself. I think of it as U.S. defense. So there's the moon. It's in Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Well, it's in this 4th house, which means it's going to be a potent, intense 3rd quarter moon for many reasons. 1, it's a 3rd quarter moon. 2, it's the first 3rd quarter moon that we've had since the 1930s, when Uranus was in Taurus, squaring things off. So things are going to get like turbulence again. This moon is exactly 26 degrees, 42 minutes Scorpio. And in Donald's natal chart, you know, I talk about like parts of the chart which are like the part of fortune. You guys think of the Wheel of Fortune. That has to do with luck and fortune. I always say timing, but it's kind of like an opportunity of luck. So there's like, you can think of the Wheel of Fortune, but like think there's all sorts of parts that are similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Well, this one touches Donald's part of fraud. Yes, fraud, F-R-A-U-D. So his fraud is going to be on display all week, bearing down in the middle of Washington, D.C., like everyone's going to be able to see it, smell it, taste it, feel it. It's going to be everywhere. Oh my God. Squaring the sun that the people have a hold of. Let me tell you about this sun while we're talking about the sun. So this sun is at 26 degrees, 41 minutes. It is carrying eclipse energy. And what I mean by eclipse energy is that it's come to a point where there was a recent prior eclipse and a planet was there. And those planetary energies, they're kind of like fault lines on the Earth's crust. So like when you get a giant planet or like the sun, roll over it, it activates. Like whatever was laying dormant since that, the prior eclipses, they just kind of like stay there. Like, you know, like they're kind of frozen in time. And then the sun comes over, gives them life, and boom, they're active. So it's carrying eclipse energy because this sun at 26 degrees, 41 minutes is exactly conjunct the planet Venus. Think of Venus as women, income, gains, money, fortune, comfort, beauty. It is exactly conjunct where Venus was at the Capricorn Cancer full moon eclipse, which was on January 10th. Yes, see, it's 26 degrees, 23 minutes. Ooh, in the crowning Washington, D.C. So there's going to be all sorts of sudden, shocking money information that we, the people, are going to be like, huh? What? And we're not going to let go of that information because it's going to be so shocking. So eclipse energy activates with Donald's part of fraud. Moreover, I've got lots of moreovers for you guys. Moreover, this point, 26 degrees Aquarius, 23 minutes. That is also conjunct a very important spot. Maybe you've heard of the United States Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. Well, the moon in that chart of our Constitution represents we the people. That moon is at 27 degrees Aquarius. It's conjunct. So We have eclipse energy, fueling love for we the people in our 7th house of partnerships and our natal moon. And, you know what? I think I just need to get the laundry list out here. Look at this. This is just, I haven't even gotten to the top yet, you guys. This is all the good news. So that 27 degrees also, I think I just have to look at it. I have here with me the Republican chart and the Democrat chart. That, I know it's active in what, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, listen to this. So the Democratic Party, they were founded on February 17th, 1801. The sun for the Democratic Party is 28 degrees and 40 minutes. So the Democratic Party, their sun also got kissed and eclipsed. So that's more eclipse energy. It is going to activate the Democratic Party's sun and their soul. Right? Isn't that awesome? Let's see. And this is so awesome. The sun is in square to the Republican chart, their natal Saturn. Their Saturn, is getting squared. So their obstacles, they're not going to be able to be so obstacle-y. No. Okay, you know what? Just 1 second. I'm leaving my thing running. I got to turn this thing off because it's very annoying sound. I know some of you are sensitive and you can hear it. And I'm going to just unplug it because it's kind of annoying. But anyway, so boo-hoo, GOP, yay, democracy. So just off the chart, that's what we're looking at. More bad news. This Mars, the thing that the warrior, the things that gives action and energy. Well, oh my goodness, it's in this area of the sun, which happens to be the Photis. It's in its final degrees at 29 degrees, 37 minutes Sagittarius. And what is this? Do I see? It's in square to the Republican National. The Republican, their sun is at 29 degrees, 52 minutes. By the way, 29 degrees Pisces is one of, not a very good, it's a very anoretic point, life-taking point. It's just not a good point in a chart because it's about endings, because the whole entire zodiac ends at 29 degrees Pisces, and then the next degree is 0 degrees Aries. So it's about finality. So this chart, which is carrying eclipse energy now, it's just getting started. It's in square to the Republican Party sun, their soul. And the thing is, the Pisces there, that's what makes them kind of slippery and move the goalposts and makes them kind of victim-y. You know what I'm talking about? That's the darker side of Pisces. I don't like it. They the whole thing about martyrdom and victim-y and not fair, and then just always changing the narrative and they do it endlessly because Pisces has no boundaries. Things just keep going on and on and on and on. So Mars is going to be really triggering their soul forcer identification, their ego. And that Mars, 29 degrees, I think it's going to give a really weird, funky thing, irritation between Saturn and their north node where they're supposed to progress. It's going to be irritating that space of where they have obstacles and they're not able to move on. So it's going to be kind of egging them on to move forward, guys. Oh, Lordy. That is just amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to start 15 minutes in. So you want to hear? I could go on for hours. So it's carrying eclipse energy. When we look at the ascendant of this chart, the thing that gives life to the chart this week, we're looking at 22 degrees Leo. And you know what? I don't know, for you guys that have been with me since the beginning, you know I always talk about those eclipses in 2019, but the January 5th eclipse was like kind of set the stage. For the monster, January 21st, a total lunar eclipse, supermoon, blood moon, red, whatever eclipse that lasted for 5 hours over North and South America. That's the one reason why we're just rattling all over the place in January and last July, is because of that one. But before the big giant eclipse, full moon eclipse, we had to set the stage. Because this one, the big giant eclipse, was the beginning of the end of Donald, because it eclipsed his inauguration chart hugely. So, but to set the stage, and like setting the stage is like getting its hooks into the setting, so that when the full moon eclipse comes and reveals, those hooks just hold everything wide open over vast swaths of land. I mean, 5 hours, some eclipses only last minutes. I think the one last July lasted just a couple minutes. This was 5 hours. So this is carrying eclipse energy. The ascendant is Leo, 22 degrees. So Donald is thinking, I'm all Leo, 22 degrees, because as the leader of the nation, he occupies this first house of identity, where all the energy comes in. Well, that is squaring the midheaven of the eclipse that set the stage, that kind of got its claws set for him. Okay? So it's squaring the midheaven from that, and it's squaring the midheaven, his highest achievement in his natal chart. Wah, wah. Also, in his solar return, when he had his birthday last year, the moon then was 14 degrees Scorpio. And so now it is right at the very bottom of his feet, but just on the other side, into this house. It's not into the fourth house, where he can, just be like, I defend the United States. No, it's just over the cusp, and there's like no give there. He can't really move it. It's like stuck there because it's like right at the end. Oops. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. And so Donald is a Gemini. He's ruled by Mercury. Mercury goes retrograde on top of it on Sunday. So aside from getting hit all over the place, everything's going to be backward. There's not a darn thing he can do about it. But you know who can? Speaker Pelosi. And Mercury's going to be retrograde in Pisces. And I know she's been getting ready for this, because in her natal chart, her Mercury retrograde is in Pisces. And there is hell hath no fury. I am telling you, she's not forgotten. When Mercury was retrograde a year ago, that's when Bill Barr hid the Mueller report. And Speaker Pelosi knows that. I just can't wait to see what she is going to be up to next week, because she's been very beneath the radar this week. And I think they've had to, because what's coming up this next week. So we just got through those two parts. Oh, maybe we got through here. Oh, lordy. Okay, and when things start getting really good and juicy, so juicy. Okay, so Donald gets all full of himself. So does the Republican Party when this Mars is in Sagittarius, because it just pumps them up to think they're grander and bigger than they are. And they're going to get such a huge slap of reality, because this Mars is going to move into Capricorn the following day. Oops. And what does Mars do? It is going to rattle all of the eclipses, since Christmas, plus the Saturn Pluto conjunction, plus the eclipses last 2019 in January, plus the eclipses in July. All that stuff gets activated. I mean, this is humongous. Oh my gosh, I've already talked that long. Okay, so, and Mars is one of Scorpio's rulers. So when Mars goes into Capricorn, which has to do with authority, establishment, accountability, authority, you don't mess around with Capricorn. Capricorn expects responsibility and accountability. So Mars is going to go from this big jovial place that these guys have been feeding off all that fire and just being photis, and it's going to get really serious in Capricorn. And we are still, because it rules the moon, we're still hanging on to Donald's fraud. And it's going to be active this whole time. Mars goes into Capricorn. Oh, God. I can't even tell you how much is going on here. Can you guys tell me? Because I have all these dates written down. It starts, I had the 17th. Well, maybe it starts, oh my God. It starts before the 19th. It starts, well, we'll just pick up on the 19th because I can't find the 17th anywhere. The 19th, holy crap. February 19th. That Mars is going to hit 1 degree Capricorn 20. That is the exact moment that Saturn passed Pluto, that engraved this new Saturn-Pluto conjunction. I mean, come on now. Come on. Because that was on the ascendant. Saturn-Pluto is going to give a huge jolt on the 19th. And, I don't know, maybe within an hour, then it is going to activate the Mercury from the eclipse that set the stage. This is the messenger, Saturn, Pluto. I cannot even imagine what's going to happen. But wait, it gets better. But wait. Buy one, get one with free shipping, you guys. Right? So that's like the 19th. I'm missing a day in here because, on the 20th, when Mars is 2 degrees Capricorn, it squares the midheaven, the top and bottom of the chart, from the July 16th can opener eclipse. That thing's going to get all rattled open again. And that's just the top and the bottom of the chart. On Thursday the 21st, it hits stuff back from the January 5th eclipse. This is It goes back to where it was on January 5th. So that's January 5th eclipse on Thursday the 21st. It's going to like wake that chart up and say, hello, how are you? What are we doing here? This is what we should be doing. There we go. Oh, man, it's in that area that has to do with life, death, transformation, taxes, other people's money, fraud. Fraud is still active, you guys. And then there's stuff that happens on the 21st, the 22nd. Oh, my God, the 22nd. Now we're talking about the Christmas eclipses. Holy crap. And Donald drew the 5 of Pentacles, which has to do with military money and our agencies. Oh my God, it hits Russia. Oh my gosh. And then on February, aside from eclipse stuff, you know what happens? Pluto, 23 degrees, 53 minutes here. It moves into 24 degrees Capricorn. The can opener eclipse. Pluto is life, death, transformation. Think of the Judgment card. It moves there on the 22nd. And it stays and it drills down opposite the can opener, like drilling down, like meaning blowing up the can opener. It's going to stay there for a couple weeks. You know, and then on the 23rd, we activate the new moon eclipse on Christmas some more. And it's going to help. Oh my God. And the sun is going to be, oh my God. So the sun will no longer be in Aquarius. Now it's going to be, now it's going to be in Pisces. And you know what's at 3 degrees Pisces on February 23rd when we drill down? You know what's there for the Democratic Party? Oh, look at 3 degrees Pisces. Oh, the Democratic Party has Pluto there. So the sun is going to be there with eclipse energy, magnifying. God, I hope the Democrats don't destroy themselves. I don't think so. I think they're going to be transforming, and they are going to be more full of power. You know, like morphing with more power, kind of like an incredible Hulk. The Democrats are going to go they're going to be all hulky. We're going hulky on February 17th. No, the 23rd. So while all of our brains are exploding, mine was exploding last night, you're hearing this for the first time, I'm going to stop right now because it's 26 minutes. But you guys, I haven't even touched on the other stuff that keeps happening. But I just want to let you know the 23rd, the 24th are difficult. And I think I just decided to stop there because I had enough and we were at the new moon in Pisces. But just to let you know, oh God, March 11th through April 15th, Uranus is going to be extremely active in Washington, D.C. again. Especially when the moon is in fixed signs. This is lunarlicious. Donald's not going to know what hit him. None of them. They're just going to be like, what the heck is going on? Oh, and then February 25th. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's it. So, you guys, this was Donald's Taroscope. He has the 4 of Pentacles on the ascendant. He thinks he's consolidating power, and he's going to need some stability because he's going to get rocked off his feet. Page of Wands, Chariot. Anything here that really stands out to me with these things? Oh, what do you have here in this 8th house? This sector of shared resources with the Black Moon, Lilith. Hell hath no fury. The King of Wands. That's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. Sorry. Thoughts and prayers. Crowning him this week, Mercury Retrograde is going to be stuff about the election, 2016, 2018, the 11th. He is hoping to go all Ace of Swords, Asholio. No, because the astrology card that was drawn for there has to do with the South Node and life's debts he has to pay. So, what are you doing next week? Sound like fun? I hope so. I don't know when I'm going to be able to finish this, you guys, because so much going on here. But that's awesome. That's what makes it life, okay? So you guys be happy. Forget all this crap happened. Get ready for some major arse kicking next week. It's going to be fun. Take care of yourselves, okay? Love you. Bye.